Hey, my name's Jarrod Ormiston and I'm an Assistant Professor in Social Entrepreneurship in the Department of Organisation, Strategy and Entrepreneurship. So my research is focused on refugee entrepreneurship on a global scale, and my main interest in jumping into this space of refugee entrepreneurship was my frustration with the policy climate in Australia, where refugees are viewed through a lens of deficit without looking at the potential benefits that migration and movement offer for society. And so what I've tried to do over the past few years is see how we can move away from a deficit lens to look at the potential refugees offer in terms of entrepreneurship, innovation, private sector development and job creation. And so my overarching aim with this research is how can we offer a counter narrative that goes against this lens of deficit. So 2 years ago when I moved to the Netherlands, I realised there were very similar issues playing out here. So what I've been doing is running workshops in Amsterdam and Maastricht for aspiring refugee entrepreneurs. We've had about 100 participants in the 5 workshops we've run over the last few years. And what we've been doing is collaborating with local NGOs, working with other education institutions such as Hogeschool Zout, and then also looking at how can we bring in academics from different departments as mentors to help with refugee entrepreneurs. How can we bring in local entrepreneurs to help in building the local ecosystem? And how can we engage students? So we've been bringing in students from Enactus and Refugee Project Maastricht to see how together we can create a collaborative environment to realise the potential of refugee entrepreneurship in the Netherlands. Building on this work in the Netherlands, I was approached by the UN to see how we could look at the policy implications of refugee entrepreneurship. So together with my colleague Talitha Dubo at UNU Merit, we've been working to develop a policy guide for refugee and migrant entrepreneurship. So the guide was a collaboration between UNCTAD, the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, IOM, the International Organization of Migration, and the UNHCR. What we did was we looked at 35 in-depth case studies of entrepreneurship initiatives for refugees and migrants. And last year we launched the policy guide at the UN headquarters in Geneva to look at how we could realise the benefits at the policy level and also at a very practical level. One of the key insights from our policy guide was what is the role of entrepreneurship education in protracted camp settings. So what I'm doing now in my applied research is continuing to work in Myanmar, where I've been active for the last 6 years, looking at how can entrepreneurship play a role in developing livelihoods for people who are in protracted periods of displacement. So we're working with internally displaced people across the country to see how entrepreneurship provides an opportunity for finding meaningful work and rebuilding their livelihoods whilst they're in this moment of uncertainty. Finally, we're really interested in amplifying the impact of our work locally. We're currently developing a range of collaborative grants across the region to see how we can work with entrepreneurs from a migration background. If you're interested in engaging more in this space, please come and have a talk with us. Cheers.